Man United reportedly want to raise £100 million in player sales. Donny van der Beek, Fred and Eric Bailey all look set to go. Man United could also look to sell Dean Henderson to Nottingham Forest. And there remains interest from West Ham in Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay. Man United's next move in the window is trying to offload these players before they make a potential late offer for a new midfielder and backup goalkeeper. West Ham made a £60 million double bid for Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire last night. The offer, worth £30 million each, is short of Man United's valuation of the duo. United supposedly want £35 million or £40 million for Maguire and closer £40 million or £45 million for McTominay. West Ham are now in talks internally whether or not to bid again for McTominay or pursue other targets. Rasmus Højlund has explained his love for Cristiano Ronaldo. He said, "I think there's an interview with Anderson, Ferdinand and Ronaldo where the reporter asks, who's the best football player in the world? And then he just said, me. I like this mentality. Ronaldo just put it out and said at least he wanted to be the best, and that's the same mentality I go for. I want to be the best version of myself." Man United may sign a new midfielder if the likes of Fred, Scott McTominay and Donny van der Beek are sold. And Southampton star Romeo Lavia is an alternative to Sofyan Amrabat, according to reports. Liverpool saw a third bid worth £45 million for the 19-year-old rejected by the Saints. The Championship club are holding out for £50 million. There is a chance that Johnny Evans stays at Man United beyond pre-season. He signed a short-term deal with the club to allow him to be involved with friendly games. And the veteran centre-back's return could be permanent should Harry Maguire leave the club. Evans, 35, is a cheap option and will accept a reduced salary, according to reports. Nice star Jean-Claire Todibo is also an option. There has been reports that West Ham have bid £30 million for Harry Maguire and £30 million for Scott McTominay in a double swoop. These have supposedly been rejected by Man United. It is believed United value McTominay at between £40 million £45 million. Meanwhile, the club want £35 million for Maguire. Other reports say just the McTominay offered has been turned down and the Maguire bid remains active. Man United are looking to sell midfielder Fred this summer but no bids have been deemed good enough yet. Galatasaray made moves to sign him but their offers failed to match United's valuation. Fulham are keen but are yet to firm up their interest. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabian clubs could enter the race. Former Scotland star Ali McCoist believes compatriot Scott McTominay has the quality to reprise his international role at Manchester United, but admits the midfielder may need to move on this summer. He might have to move, TNT Sports pundit and co-commentator, McCoist said. "I really hope he doesn't, because I genuinely think he could play that position for United. I genuinely think he's talented enough. I just think sometimes, I'm not saying in this particular case, but I just think sometimes the less glamorous players can fall foul of things that are out of their control, shall we say. And I don't have any doubt Scott McTominay can play in that position at Man United, but whether he gets the opportunity or not, time will tell. I certainly hope he does." United legend Gary Neville has pinpointed one, absolutely shocking, problem Erik Ten Hag needs to fix this season. Their away record, particularly against the big teams in the top half of the league, was absolutely shocking, Neville told 442 magazine, after being asked about the side struggling on their travels. "Obviously, the hardest games in the season are the away games against the top teams, so it's a big fix, but it was basically a disaster for us against teams like Brentford, Brighton, Liverpool, and City. All of those games were an absolute shambles." Manchester United are eyeing Leeds star Tyler Adams as an alternative to Sofyan Amrabat as they seek more summer signings. Amrabat excelled at the World Cup last winter, which put him firmly in the shop window with Fiorentina hoping to keep their midfielder. Ten Hag worked with him previously and wants to bring him to Manchester, but if they fail in their pursuit, Leeds American international could be targeted, as per the Daily Mail. Everton's Amadou Onana is another man they are considering. The Belgian started 29 times in the league last term as the Toffees secured top-flight status on the final day. Onana's combative style could further bolster United's engine room with Ten Hag weighing up his options. Manchester United's chase for Sofyan Amrabat might have gotten problematic if recent reports are to be believed. Spanish outlet Sport reports that the Moroccan has chosen to play for Atletico Madrid, as he believes his game will be best suited to playing under Diego Simeone. Manchester United are yet to decide whether to let Facundo Pellistri head out on loan before the transfer window closes. "Well, we have to see," Pellistri said of his future. "Of course, both scenarios are good. If I go on loan, it's because I hope to get minutes and then return stronger. And if I stay, to play all the time, I can play and contribute to the team, so we will see what happens in the next weeks, but now I am enjoying this moment. United already have a Van der Beek replacement. Donny van der Beek's Instagram post read, "Last preseason game. Thank you Dublin." It should also be his last game for Manchester United. The tone deafness of footballers never ceases to amaze. Van der Beek gave the illusion that he had enjoyed himself in Ireland. His agent, Ali Dursun, commented with a love heart and fire emoji. Van der Beek misfired. In reality, he was the only player hooked at halftime. His replacement, Hannibal Mejbri, got up to speed with his prompt pressing and was responsible for Aitor Paredes' cynical red card. Van der Beek has long resembled a Glyndebourne attendant who has turned up at Glastonbury by mistake. Games pass him by and United are in discussions to sell him to Real Sociedad. United's third shirt is a thing of beauty, and the involvement of Roy Keane in the unveiling has excited fans. A clean white design with the Red Devil crest has gone down very well, and supporters can get their hands on the shirt already. Adidas spokesperson has explained their thinking behind the new third shirt, taking inspiration from the 1909 kit. With a history steeped in success, we have many Manchester United kits to take inspiration from. For this season's third kit, the 1909 jersey was the catalyst for that inspiration, which also provided the perfect backdrop to amplify the club's famous identity, the Red Devil. This design is intentionally understated, taking its cues from present-day streetwear trends, with its cloud-white background carefully chosen to let the Red Devil shine and inspire fire on the pitch. Erik Ten Hag would like to see 2 more arrivals come through the door if United make sufficient sales, according to The Independent. The Dutchman is said to be prioritizing a defensive midfielder, namely Sofiane Amrabat, and a central defender. Both will likely rely on departures in their respective areas, and the club have rejected a pair of £30 million bids from West Ham for Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay. Forest are set to resume talks for Dean Henderson in the next few days after securing a deal for Matt Turner. Henderson has been convinced he will return to the City ground permanently, following a successful loan spell last season. Forest's move for Turner had cast a deal into doubt, but it seems they will return for more talks. United would be open to a loan deal, so long as there is an obligation to buy that would see a fee received by January. For more news like this, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.